This weekend I went to Granada, and here you can see we're at Alhambra, which is the palace. This was one of the many views we got to see from atop the towers within the palace area. I decided that we wanted to go here pretty close to the actual weekend, and so we had to go to Alhambra the Friday that we got there. We got pretty lost getting there. The area around it is so huge and there's gardens, so we lost our way a little bit, and then it started to rain. But we still really enjoyed the time we had and got to see kind of empty, which helped getting some better shots, even though I was getting pelted with rain. That's okay. There even was a rainbow that we saw, and we could see both ends of it from our viewpoint on top of the towers of the palace. It finally did clear up a little bit and got to see the beauty of the surrounding area of Granada. This was another part of Alhambra, and it's one of the palaces. Not really sure what it was used for. After visiting Alhambra, we went back to our hostel within the Arabic quarter of Granada, and this was the awesome pebblestone street that we were on. Tonight it was great because all the shops had their lights lit up, music playing, vendors out on the street, and we were exploring every day and finding something new every time we went back to our hostel.
Park in Granada that's called Carmen de los Matires, and there's an awesome viewpoint that we're looking out from here, and this super cool little fountain behind me. We're going to explore it a little more.
So this was one of the many viewpoints we saw from the park I mentioned, and this was the little area that we were hanging out in a lot just because it was 65 and sunny and super quiet with a beautiful view. We then went into that building to the left and explored that area, which led to more gardens. As you can see here, this is a very Muslim Arabic style building with really intricate details, lots of the arches typical of that area and style. There was always water features in this garden. Wherever we went, you'll see I've passed about 3 of them already. And there was even a few peacocks roaming around in this area, which was really cool to see as well. This area was on the other side of that building we just entered. Again, beautiful views of Granada and 2 more fountains, along with a plethora of gorgeous trees, including palm trees, orange trees, anything you could think. We then hiked up to the top point of this park, had a view of all of Granada, this awesome fountain, and the palace. Next, we went to the cathedral in Granada, which is really famous. There was a beautiful player out there playing this cool tin drum type thing, and the music was really pretty. It's kind of hard to get a good view of the cathedral because it is crammed with other buildings, but you had some interesting entrances. But it's really cool to see how they had all the intricate light details and carvings out of the ceiling to let light in. And I learned a little bit about them, how they had hot, cold, and medium temperatures, and they were all thermal heated in that way. So that was really interesting to see as well, and just the amazing arches within that building. The architectural details were impeccable. Interesting fact about these baths for tourists is they just ask you where you're from, and you're allowed to enter and stay as long as you would like. Again, there was one water feature on the outside, and obviously there had been water at one point in time, but there is no longer. I went to Granada with 2 of my friends, and we found this park area that had restaurants in an open area right by Alhambra with a beautiful view of the river as well. And we decided to have lunch here the first day and found ourselves coming back many times because the view was just great and it was always sunny and nice there. And we enjoyed a great meal for only 10 euros that we were full for the rest of the day. After that great lunch, we went to an old Arab market within the city of Granada, and it's free to get into for tourists during the day, and it was really cool to see. I guess they used to have different vendors there all the time, but we also did a little research and found out that they have orchestra concerts there, which I thought is pretty cool. You do have to pay to get in though. Saturday night we did the very typical but great tourist thing to do in Granada, which is to go watch the sunset from El Mirador de San Nicolas, and it was not a bad hike up within the Arab quarter from our hostel, and we got to watch a beautiful sunset from a beautiful day while also seeing Alhambra in the distance. And that was one of my favorite things I think that we did. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something about Granada. I'll have more pictures from my trip up on the blog very soon.